Speaking of Barack, I think he doesn't get nearly the kind of credit. He was one heck of a president. Man with great integrity, honor, decency, had a backbone like a ramrod.
Was Joe Biden this afternoon using his Obama connection to his advantage. The former vice president's popularity increasingly clear with each new early poll. The latest numbers today reinforce what national and battleground polls have shown for weeks. Biden has a firm grip on his lead. The latest in South Carolina, Biden now has more than 3 times the support of second-place Bernie Sanders. But outside the numbers, there's perhaps some reason for concern. It has to do with that Obama connection. Washington Post interviewed 53 former Obama advisors, staff, and campaign professionals and found, quote, the former aides split broadly into 3 groups. Only 8 had committed or were leaning toward Biden. A second group of 11 have committed to other candidates, and a group of 34 say they're still waiting to decide. Joining our conversation, lighting our conversation up, Jason Johnson, politics editor for The Root and MSNBC contributor. Go.
Look, I'm not even going to play the it's early. I'm going to play the Obama's never been behind him on this, right? Like Obama didn't really want him to run in 2016. A lot of his staff people aren't behind him now. Most of what I hear is he was initially kind of hot on Beto. And here's the thing. Joe Biden's biggest...
Wait, don't gloss over that. What? Obama was hot on Beto?
Well, what I heard initially from a lot of his staff people and former people is he was hot on Beto.
Yeah,
and
I like Beto.
Maybe.
I was hot on
Most
Beto.
Most people are. And I think he's going to pop after the first debate. I do. I think he's going to... Because he's doing a reset this week. He's going to do fine after the first debate.
We love a reset.
Yeah, everybody loves a reset. Everybody loves the comeback kid. But here's the problem with Biden. Those 8 years with Obama are great, and he can dress himself up in an Obama skin suit all he wants, but it's what he did beforehand. And that's what everybody in South Carolina, that's what people in Iowa are going to hear about. That's what the African-American community is concerned about. What he did about desegregation, what he did to Anita Hill. He can't get past those things. And you can say Obama 12 times, and he can magically appear, and it's not going to protect him.
But you don't think you say Trump 3 times, and people are like, whatever, let bygones be bygones?
I don't think so. I mean, look, I think his focus on Trump, I thought that was problematic in his sort of announcement video when he started talking about Charlottesville. I was like, I don't know where that's where you want to start. We all know Donald Trump is a bad guy. We need to know what you're actually going to do as president of the United States or what you're going to do if you're going to run. But I don't think he is sustainable. I have never thought this. I think Joe Biden is a nice guy. I think he might be electable if he somehow stumbled his way into the nomination, but he's never been able to do this. And I don't think in a field where he's going to be up against 10 other people, where he's going to be up against Harris and Beto and Buttigieg and Warren and people who are clearer, sometimes smarter, sometimes more eloquent than him, I don't think he can sustain it.
Did you see the Republican primary?
That's true. That was a clown car. That was the absolute clown car. But this is the strongest, deepest field I think we've seen in 30, 35 years. Like, a lot of these people are competent. I think he can't just steamroll.
I heard the same thing about the Republicans in 2016. It was the strongest, deepest field. You know, we've got a great bench. We're and they all got steamrolled. And I look at those numbers. You know, I mean, South Carolina is... a vitally important state. It's the first test of African-American support. And, yeah, maybe people will take a second, more critical look at Joe Biden. But right now, he's sitting pretty good. I'd rather be sitting where Biden is than sitting where Mayor Pete is.
Right. Karine,
or where Beto is.
Look, Biden is actually overperforming and doing much better than we had anticipated, because people had said he was going to be a weak frontrunner. And we're looking at these numbers, and he's even pulling in African-American support. Granted, it's older, but he's pulling in African-American support. A lot of it is Barack, as he says in almost every time he does an event, and good for him. I just have to continue to say this. It is so early. We have a long way to go, and anything can happen. And that is one of the unfortunate potential issues for Biden. Is a gaffe could happen, the 40 years of record could happen.
That's an issue.
And that is a real issue. And the first debate is going to come up in like 6 weeks.
All right, no one's going anywhere. We're going to keep this going on the other side of the break. Don't go anywhere.